Yeah, welcome to the Joe Biden, Janet Yellen Gaslight America tour. Janet Yellen actually took the pages of the Wall Street Journal today. The op-ed, Bidenomics is working for the middle class. And she talked about how the economy defied gloomy forecasts for 2023 and growth is steady, inflation is down, and wages are up. Right. And she talks about all the significant improvements over the past year. And she said she called it last year. She was optimistic about the economic trajectory. Again, I don't know if Janet's been looking recently at all of the leading indicators and what's happening moving forward. But any sort of growth that we've really seen here, well, not any of it, but the overwhelming majority of it has been due to government spending. And most recently, when it comes to jobs, it's been government hiring. And while she said forecasters predicted 100% chance of recession this year, that didn't happen. Okay. But do people feel like they're wealthy? Does it maybe the NBER didn't call a recession, but you ask people out on the street, do they feel like they're in one? Just throwing that out there. And again, she talks about bringing down inflation while maintaining a healthy labor market. And that's what's happened over the past year. And again, talks about inflation coming down and how great this is, but then turns around and contradicts herself and talks about how middle-class Americans, again, the title of the article, Economics is Working for the Middle Class. But she says she recognizes that middle-class Americans continue to face costly food and rent, basically the cost of living. So again, the arguments that she was making, she's throwing out all of these statistics that are out there. And how everything is great. This is great for the middle class. Yet the cost of everything that's important, the cost to exist, the cost to live, has continued to go up. In the same article, she says this, completely contradicting herself. But she says that President Biden herself are focused on lowering prices where they can. And then she goes to insulin costs being down. Great. Thanks, Janet. And then she goes into investments that will enhance the economy's ability to produce and create good jobs. She's calling this modern supply side economics. Is that the new Bidenomics? The Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, the CHIPS and Science Act, and the Inflation Reduction Act are creating incentives for private sector investment, with companies announcing more than $600 billion of investment in clean energy and manufacturing since the start of the administration. Janet, you are realizing that many of these auto companies out there, whatnot, that they're pulling back from all of this. And, the windmill companies that you threw money at, they're pulling back from all of this. And again, I know you threw a lot of money at these chips companies to put up plants here, there, and everywhere, but they're not operational yet. It's because they say they're going to do it and build a plant doesn't mean they're going to finish it off. Who knows when the money's going to run out? What are you going to do? You're going to come back and ask for it back? No. Again, it's patently absurd. I got a kick out of that. Modern supply side economics, coming from the government. And in the same sense, the same day, two articles in the Wall Street Journal. Again, this is the stuff, it breaks my heart because we do talk about this stuff from time to time here on the show. And what's taking place here in this country with drug addiction and drug abuse and the rise in homelessness throughout the country. Again, mid-sized cities struggling with snowballing homelessness. This is all around the country. That, again, trank, fentanyl, all these things. You're telling me as these numbers continue to go up and we're watching what's taking place, you're telling me that everything's okay here in the country? I'm sorry, Janet. Yeah, I'm sorry, Joe. You're gaslighting us here. And you can keep repeating yourself again and again and again. And the more you repeat yourself, the lower your polls are, for crying out loud. You might want to try something new. WatchDog on wallstreet.com.